Ang i-discuss naman po natin ngayon ay solving word problems involving factors of polynomials. So, let us have the first example. First problem is twice the square of a number is 18. So, since wala tayong idea kung ano yung specific number na yon, we will use a variable. So, here, we let x be the number. And then, we just have to write the problem in mathematical symbol. So, when we say twice, dalawang beses. Ng alin? Square of a number. So, since in our given here, x be the number, yung square daw ni x, so that will be x squared. Yung twice ng square ni x, ang equal daw ay 18. So, what we're going to do is, since this is factoring, we have to make sure that the right side or the left side is 0. So, here we have a constant. So, to make that, or this space 0, we transpose 18 to the left. When we are transposing, the sign of the number is changed. Okay, so we have here 2x squared, because 2 times x squared is 2x squared. Positive 18, when transposed, it will be negative 18. Then, since idilipat mo na siya sa kabila, wala nang matitira dito. In this case, we can now factor out the term, or the terms. Okay, so what we're going to do here is to apply CMF, or common monomial factor. Because we can see a common term in each term. We have here, the common term is 2. Kasi wala namang variable dito. So, 2 and 18, ang common factor, or GCF nila is 2. Now, if we divide 2x squared by 2, makakancel po yun, may iwan si x squared. So, we have here x squared. Now, we have minus. Then, 18, we divided by the common factor, 2. So, your answer is 9. So, x equals 0. Now, we have here 2 multiplied by x squared minus 9. So, itong part na to ang ifa-factor out natin. Kasi siya yung factorable, and besides, siya yung may variable na kailangan natin. So, lagay natin siya dito. So, we have 2. Then, factor out natin yung x squared minus 9. So, to factor this out, we apply dots. Why dots? Kasi difference, kasi minus. Then, 2 squares, yung dalawang terms mo ay perfect squares or may square roots. So, applying dots, we put plus, then minus. Then, square root of x squared, we have x. Square root of 9, we have 3. Now, each term should be equated to 0 para makuha natin yung tamang sagot. So, first, we have 2 equals 0. So, 2 equals 0. This is not correct kasi 2 is not equal to 0. Now, we have x plus 3 equals 0. And then, x minus 3 equals 0. So, what you're going to do here is to transpose the constant together with 0 para ang target na natin dito is to get the value of x. So, in this case, may iwan na lang si x dito, then 0. If we transpose plus 3 to the right, it will be minus 3. For here, may iwan na lang si x, tapos 0. Then, minus 3, pag nilipat, magiging plus 3. Now, we will solve this part. 0 minus 3 is negative 3. Here, 0 plus 3 is positive 3. So, we are given two values of x. Now, how are we going to know if our answer is correct? So, you will just substitute each value dun sa given natin. Dun sa nakuha nating or nagawa nating equation. So, let us try negative 3. Kung papalitan ko siya ng negative 3, that will be negative 3 squared multiplied by 2. Dapat yung sagot nila 18. Okay? So, let's check. If I have, so ito na lang gamitin natin. So, to check, papalitan natin dito si x ng negative 3. So, 2, negative 3 squared, dapat ang sagot ay 18. So, multiply muna natin to. So, we have negative 3 times negative 3 kasi negative 3 squared siya. So, that will be positive 9. So, 2 times 9, is it 18? Okay. So, that will be 18 is equal to 18. So, tama yung sagot natin na x equals negative 3. How about if your x is positive 3? So, ganun din, papalitan mo din yung x doon ng 3 naman, then lagyan ng squared, tapos may 2 sa labas. Dapat ang sagot din ay 18. Let us see. So, that will be 2. Then, 3 squared means 3 times 3. So, 9. Then, 18. 2 times 9, that is 18. So, they are the same. So, napatunayan natin that the value of x is, or are, negative 3 and positive 3. So, that will be for problem number 1. So, saan pa natin na-apply ang factors of polynomials pagdating sa word problems? Pwede rin siyang i-apply sa age. So, for example, ito yung problem 2 natin. So, for example, we have here, Hannah is 4 years older than Enzo. 6 years ago, she was twice as old as Enzo. How old are they now? So, what you're going to do here is to create a table. Table showing their age at present and their age 6 years ago. So, Hannah and Enzo. So, gawa tayo ng table, nagpapakita ng age nila at present muna. So, Hannah is 4 years older than Enzo. So, wala tayong idea kung ilan ang edad ni Enzo. So, siya yung bibigyan natin ng variable. So, that is, let us say, ang age ni Enzo ay X. Wala pa tayong idea kung ano. At present, Hannah is 4 years older than Enzo. So, 4 na taon siyang mas matanda kay Enzo. So, kung ang age ni Enzo ay X, si Hannah, age ni Enzo, dagdagan mo ng 4. Kasi 4 years older than Enzo si Hannah. So, ito yung at present. 6 years ago, she was twice as old as Enzo. So, mamaya natin gawin ng twice as old. Yung 6 years ago muna. So, to get the age nila 6 years ago, yung present age or yung expression natin na para kay Hannah at para kay Enzo, lalagyan natin siya ng minus 6 kasi nga 6 years ago. So, lagay natin x plus 4 and then x. Ayan yung original nila. 6 years ago, so maminusan natin ng 6. Kung ano man yung age nila at present, pag binawasan mo ng 6, yun yung age nila 6 years ago. Okay, so again, ito po yung expressions for their age at present. Ito naman yung expressions para sa ages nila 6 years ago. So, apply na natin ito. She was twice as old as Enzo. So, ito yung gagamitin natin kasi 6 years ago. So, ito yon. Yung age daw ni Hannah, doble nung age ni Enzo. 6 years ago. So, what we're going to do is, itatwice natin yung age ni Enzo, plus i-equal natin siya sa age ni Hannah. So, paano yun? So, twice daw ng age ni Enzo, 6 years ago, yun daw yung edad ni Hannah. So, ulit Saan natin nakuha tong x minus 6? Ito po yung edad ni Enzo 6 years ago. Tapos, yung pag dinoble mo daw yan, yun daw yung edad ni Hannah 6 years ago. So, itong x plus 4 minus 6, yun po yung edad ni Hannah 6 years ago. So, apply natin yung pagsasolve. So, since you have here a term multiplied by a binomial, you have to distribute this to each term by multiplying it. Okay? So, 2 times x, that is 2x, minus, and then 2 times 6, we have 12. In here, we have 4 minus 6. So, applying laws of integers, 4 minus 6 is negative 2, so that will be x minus 2. Minus 2 na lang to. Okay, now, we have to combine like terms. So, yung parehong x, i-combine natin sa isang side, then yung parehong walang x or constants na sa isang side. Ang target na natin dito is to get the value of x. Okay, so let us say that you would like to have all the variables on the left So, yung x dito remain. So, itong x na to lipat natin. And then, the constants will be on the right. So, remain to. Then, ito lilipat natin. You just combine like terms. So, in this aspect, we have 2x. Positive yung x dito. So, pag dumaan siya sa equal sign, magiging negative. Magbabago ng sign. Then, remain natin si negative 2. Then, si negative 12, lipat natin sa kabila. Or si minus 12, lipat sa kabila. Magiging plus 12. Then, solve. Here, we have 2x minus x. Ang ibig sabihin yan, 2x minus 1x. May 1 po doon. So, yung 2 tsaka yung 1, i-minus natin. So, 2 minus 1, that is 1. Then, you copy the variable. Since 1x yan, it can be written as x na lang. So, 2x minus x is simply x po. Now, negative 2 plus 12. So, we are adding unlike sign. So, we have to subtract them. 12 minus 2, that is 10. Then, since your bigger number is positive, your answer is positive. So, sino po ba yung x natin? Siya po yung edad ni Enzo at present. So, with that, ang tanong kasi sa atin, how old are they now? So, we will use this to substitute dun sa expressions na nagpapakita ng age nila at present. So, ito yung expressions nila or age nila at present. So, ang mangyayari po dun, yung age po ni Hannah at ni Enzo, yung age po ni Hannah, ito po ha, x plus 4. So, your x is 10. So, 10 plus 4, that will be 14. So, 14 years old si Hannah at present. Si Enzo naman, you just substitute 10 dun sa x. So, that will be 10 years old. So, sabihin, 10 years old na si Enzo ngayon, samantalang si Hannah ay 14 years old before. So, to make this clear, tingnan natin ha. 6 years ago, she was twice as old as Enzo. So, anong sabihin ng 6 years ago? Pag binawasan natin ito ng 6, that will be 8. Diba? Pag binawasan natin siya ng 6, ito yung age ni Hannah at present. Pag binawasan ng 6 kasi 6 years ago, magiging 8 years old siya. Pag binawasan natin ito ng 6, 4 years old si Enzo. So, sabi dyan, 6 years ago, she was twice as old as Enzo. So, kung ano man yung age ni Enzo, pag dinoble mo yan, yun yung age ni Hannah. So, nasagot na naman natin yung problem number 2. So, last example na lang tayo kung saan natin pwedeng i-apply ang factoring methods natin or factors of polynomials. So, hindi nalilimit dito yung examples ha. Binigyan ko lang kayo ng ways kung paano siya ina-apply in real life. Okay, so number 3, a rectangular garden is 6 meters longer than its width. Its area is 16 square meters. Find the length and width. So, kapag ganito na yung problem, ang pinaka-importanting gagawin mo is to create a model. So, sa pag-create ng model, tingnan mo kung anong shape niya. So, nakalagay dyan, yung garden daw ay rectangular. So, magawa ka ng rectangle. Then, identify mo, nasaan dyan si width. So, we all know na si width yung mas maliit ang length. Tapos, si length yung mas mahaba. Tapos, identify mo kung ano naman yung ginamit na given para sa kanila. So, yung garden daw ay 6 meters longer than its width. Yung length ng rectangular garden ay 6 meters longer than its width. So, yung part na to, siya yung, ang dumedepende yung length dun sa measure ni width. So, kung sa kanya dumedepende, sa kanya ilalagay si variable. So, to get your length, 6 meters or 6 units longer than the width. So, ibig sabihin, if your width is x, dagdagan mo siya ng 6 para yun yung length. Now, its area is 16 square meters. So, lagay natin, another given, area ng rectangle daw, yung area ng rectangular garden ay 16 square meters. So, paano ba natin kinukuha yung area ng rectangle? Ang formula po in getting the area ng rectangle ay length times width. So, hindi ako gagamit ng x kasi we are dealing with algebra po. So, here, if your area is 16 square meters, pwede kong palitan yung term na to ng 16. Kasi dun equal. So, kung papalitan ko to ng 16, alisin ko na yung square meters kasi pag nagsasolve tayo, mas maganda kung wala muna. Nakakalito lang kasi. Now, for this, let us apply yung naka-red dito kasi yun yung pwede natin gamitin to solve. What is the expression for length? X plus 6. So, lagay mo dyan, x plus 6. For width, we have x. So, a term multiplied by a binomial. So, it means, di-distribute natin si x dito by multiplying. So, we have here 16. X times x, we have x squared. You just add the exponents. And then, x times 6, that is 6x. Now, since i-applyan na natin ang factoring method, kailangan po 0 yung nasa isang side. So, to make that 0, transpose or lipat natin tong 6 dun sa kabila. Pag naglipat tayo, nagbabago ng sign. So, kung positive 16 yan, magiging negative 16. So, magiging 0 na lang siya. Then, x squared plus 6x minus 16. Now, ano factoring method yung gagamitin natin para dito? So, kung makikita nyo, we have a trinomial, and then your first and your last term, meron silang square roots. Kaya lang, yung last term mo negative. So, meaning, hindi mo pwedeng gamitin si perfect square trinomial, or hindi sila perfect square trinomial. So, ang gagamitin mo ay general trinomial. To apply the rule, we put pairs of parentheses, then we get the factors of x squared, that will be x. And then, factors of negative 16 na kapag inad ay positive 6. So, lista muna natin dito, ano-ano ba yung factors ng negative 16. So, pag negative yung product mo, kailangan ang factors niya magkaiba ng signs. So, pwedeng positive 1, tapos si 16 yung negative. Or si 1 yung negative, tapos si 16 yung positive. So, naghahanap tayo ng numbers na pag multiply, negative 16 yung lalabas. Another pair of factors, positive 2 or negative 8. Or si 2 yung negative, tapos si 8 naman yung positive. Pwede rin namang 4 or positive 4, then negative 4. Huwag mo na isulat si negative 4 and 4 kasi parehas lang naman sila. Now, listing all the possible factors, identify kung sino sa kanila ang kapag inad ay positive 6. Let us see. Pag inad natin tong dalawa, since positive to, ito negative, subtract tayo. So, 16 minus 1, that's 15. Take the sign of the bigger number, so negative. Next, negative 1 plus 16, again, magkaiba ng sign, so magma-minus tayo. 16 minus 1, that's 15. Take the sign of the bigger number, positive, so positive 15. So, wala pa dito yung hinahanap natin kasi ang kailangan natin, positive 6. Proceed tayo sa next pair. 2 plus negative 8, we have magkaiba sila ng sign, so magma-minus ka. 8 minus 2, that is 6. Then take the sign of the bigger number. Negative 6, kailangan mo positive. So let's try the other pair. When you subtract this 2, we have 8 minus 2, we have 6. Take the sign of the bigger number, this is positive. So nakuha na natin kaagad. Kung gusto mo i-try dito, 4 plus negative 4, that's 0. So, ang nakuha natin na positive 6 ay sina minus 2, and positive 8. So, burahin na natin to. So, kung nakuha mo na yung factors using GT, let us now equate each factor to 0 para makuha na natin yung value ng x. So, let's start with x minus 2. So, pwede naman natin siyang isulat as x minus 2, then 0. Pwedeng ibaliktad naman siya. Then, ito naman yung second factor, x plus 8 equals 0. Now, we have to transpose kasi x lang yung kailangan natin. Lipat natin yung constant sa kabila. So, pag naglipat tayo, may iiwan na lang si x, then 0. Pag nilipat to sa kabila, dodaan sa equal sign, magbabago ng sign. So, pagiging plus 2. 0 plus 2 is 2. Now, may iwan na lang dito si x, ililipat natin si positive 8 or si plus 8 sa kanan. So, magiging equal 0, magbabago ng sign, so magiging minus 8. Then, 0 minus 8 is negative 8. Now, sino po ba si x? Kung babalikan natin, siya po si width. Ang width, hindi po pwedeng negative ang sagot. Kaya, kung pagpipiliin ka dito, ito ay hindi pwede. Kasi your value for x here is negative at hindi pwedeng negative ang width. So, ang final answer mo dyan ay your width is 2. So, paano natin malalaman? Kasi find the length and width. So, what we're going to do is to substitute the value of x to the given expressions to get the values for width and length. So, for width, ang expression mo ay x. Diba? So, your value for x is, your value for x is 2. So, 2 meters. Kasi meters yung ginamit natin kanina. Or your area is square meters. For your length, ang length natin ay x plus 6. So, lagay mo x plus 6. So, that will be 2 plus 6. So, 2 plus 6. Saan nagwawa yung 2? Dito po. So, 2 plus 6 is 8 meters. So, ito yung length, ito yung width. So, kung mapapansin nyo, kung gusto natin makasiguro, ang sabi daw, ang area daw ay 16 square meters. So, to get the area, we multiply the length and width. So, if you multiply this to 2 times 8, meron kang 16 square meters.